I'm gonna be doing a voiceover for this video. I don't know how to start like a speed build voiceover, but I don't know. I just decided to do a voiceover for speed build to make these videos just more interesting. I'm just gonna talk about like what I'm doing, my process, and everything. And if you don't like voiceovers for speed builds, well, just mute me, I guess, and just watch the video. But yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna do a voiceover for this one. So basically, here, if it wasn't obvious, I'm recreating like this tree that's like bottom right onto Blender. So I'm just going to be using like curves. First, I just say like the base of like the trunk, and then I'm just using curves, just going over the base of it. And then I can get that same effect as the image, as a reference image. And also keep in mind, since I'm using curves, make sure it's not too much, like there's not too much edges and like vertices to it. So keep it like low poly, I guess. But yeah, all I'm doing is just going over this entire base, the trunk, with these curves. And just doing that again and again, just duplicating it across, trying to get this nice look to it. And then I do the branches later, that's coming out at the end. And then after this, I do like the leaves and everything. And then the leaves, I did like a tutorial on that. Like I think my last video, like the video before this, I do the exact same thing on how to do the leaves. So, I don't know, I'll just wait till I finish making the trunk. And what am I doing here? Oh, okay, here I'm doing the branches at the bottom. So I put like a sphere at the bottom of it, so I know like how to, like where to put the branches at, basically. So I'm gonna make the branches go like curve around that sphere. So that's what I'm doing, taking all of these branches and then branching them out onto the sphere. And that's pretty much it. And then I think in Roblox Studio, I further branched them out so it's even cooler looking, but right now I just have this. So it's just a little bit pieces coming out. So just keep doing that again and again. And then I don't know what I'm doing here. Just the same thing again and again, because it's all just the same thing. And also again, I'm sorry if blabbing too much is so annoying for these voiceovers, but I don't know. I just wanted to try something out. So just try something new for these speed builds, because I thought it would be fun. I don't know, because I feel like speed builds, I feel like they could be more fun if the person building is actually talking. You know, if it's just watching it, I guess it could be still fine, but I don't know, voiceovers might be more interesting. But yeah, I'm just gonna basically try my best to just blab throughout the entire thing. Maybe at least some parts just empty. Okay, over here now, what did I do here? I'm doing like the upper parts of the branches. I look at the reference and I can just see it's just like a curve going up. So that's what I did here, just a curve going up, and just duplicated that across on all four sides. And then now we're doing the leaves. If you watch my speed builds, or not my speed builds, if you watch my tutorials, I'm doing the same steps. Literally, this is the exact same thing in making like bushes. And then over here, I do the data transfer of making the shadows look better on the leaves. And then I just spam that across the entire thing. And over here, this is where I do the data transfer. And then over here, I'm fixing the normals, making one side all blue, the other side all red. And then boom, look at that. If you just saw that for like a split second, the shadows look really nice on the tree. Or on the leaves. And I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what that is. I don't know what this is either. I don't know what I'm doing right there. I think I'm just making a single push. Okay, now over here, I'm making like blocks. In the reference, there's like blocks, so I did these. And if you just saw there before, I did like white around the edges, and I guess it's called like cavity. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it looks really cool. So like it's a cool technique you guys can do. Is just putting white on the edges of like your rocks. So that's what I did here. And then, okay, I'll upload it all to Roblox Studio, I guess. But now I'm going to be doing the vines, which is, again, just doing curves. But then this time, instead of it being the trunk, it's just going to be vines. Now we're back in Roblox Studio. And over here, I had the references at the beginning of the video. Oh, there it is. There's a reference. So that's what I'm going off of. So I'm copying that same thing, but then like behind it is what I just made up on my own. So like this view I'm copying, and then the other views I'm gonna have to think of my own. And this is a commission, by the way. So this person just wants like an ancient ruins type of area where there's like catacombs and stuff. So I add like tunnels, catacombs, and caves later. So over here I'm just doing like the bottom right of the reference image, that little ruins area. And I'm not copying it exactly to one-to-one. I'm just doing whatever is on the reference and also what I think looks good. So yeah, you can see over there, like to the left, right there behind what I'm building, that's like the assets I've all compiled and made in Blender. So that's like a good tip when making your builds, is to first plan out what you're going to do and then compile a bunch of the assets that you need. in order to do what you're trying to do, okay? If that made any sense. But yeah, now I'm just putting everything out. Honestly, it's almost like a drawing. Like for example, those like floating blocks that are going across, that's where I plan out to have the walls at. So there's like a sketch where I'm planning out where I'm going to put the walls, and then like finalizing it or rendering it would be when I actually polish out and put the walls down. So I'm just saying, just plan out everything out, like place the stuff where you need to be placed, and then you can like finish it up later, especially if you're using a reference. And then here's another like fun technique I learned about doing the grass. You can see the edges of the path, there's like grass coming out, and that's the best place to put like grass blades, is always put them at the edge of like a grass place. So like the edges of the path, put a grass blades up over there. You don't want to put the grass blades in the middle because that doesn't really do anything. And then over here, just very quickly, you can see these like cubes, they're a texture. So like I can, like instead of them being actual cubes, there's just all like a texture that's just a pattern. So that's another smart thing you guys can pick up on, which is instead of just doing block by block, just do textures, okay? If it's going to be a pattern. And over here, there was a big jump, like the lighting looks different, and I added the tree and everything. It's because OBS, for some reason, just black screened. I don't know why. I was just doing my speed build, recording everything, and OBS randomly black screened. So I'm sorry for like doing this big cut, but it just black screened on me, and this is when I just realized it was black screen, and I started recording again. So I don't know, blame OBS, that's stupid of them. But yeah, here I started recording again, and then the reference is gone, but I had it open earlier. But anyways, over here I'm doing like the catacombs area, doing these cool lightings where it's like dark and then there's orange light from these torches. So that's pretty cool. Put a smaller one in. And then I'm putting these rocks so that I used like my cave video, on that 1K video I did as a build study. And putting more rocks down. And there's that ruin thing completed. I don't remember when I finished it, but I guess I finished it. And now I put the vines in. I'm really annoyed that I like skipped the part where I added in the tree. I'm so annoyed about that. But OBS just didn't record it. I don't know why. Really annoyed by that. But anyways, here, looking towards the catacomb, and then over here I'm going the edges just around with these random like blocks. Here I do another ruin area, just very quickly. I've done it with one area, I just did it again bigger. Now I'm putting rocks around, leaves around, putting foliage. I'm using the brush tool. The brush tool is so good when you're adding something that's like organic, so like adding rocks around randomly or foliage around randomly. Using the brush tool plugin is really good. Yeah, finishing around the perimeter area, adding the trees. Look at the trees. The trees look cool. You can see I'm using like lighting to like make the leaves look better. That's something that I realized. That's like a cool trick that you can do. Just use lighting, like not the lighting settings, but I mean like a light block that gives off light to, like onto the leaves, and it makes it look so much better. What am I doing here now? Okay, I guess what I'm doing is doing more pathways to like the catacomb areas. And another thing I realized, when you're doing something big, use the terrain editor. The terrain editor is like really good to use if it's like a big project and it requires terrain. Use the terrain editor. It's easy to use. It's more efficient than not using it. So yeah, that's why I use terrain editor to make these paths and such. The background, I wanted the background to have these blocky looking mountains because that's what the reference was, and then there's just trees on top of them, which looks pretty cool. I like it. And then there's just a pause there for a second, I don't know why, and yeah, putting these trees around on the side of the perimeter area. And how long has the video been? Like 9 minutes-ish. I can't believe I've been blabbing for like 9 minutes. But yeah, I feel like I should have just left the pause in between here at some point, but you know what, I'll just leave a pause right here and I'll stop talking, just watch it now, I guess. Okay, hey, I'm back. I just want to really talk about like these branches I did in these trees, because like after I added these branches, like these little swirly things that are going across the like the structure of the ruins, I just used the vines, like the vine assets within the trees. I just used that as like the branches, and I just copied and pasted them, rotated them around to like curve and go throughout the structure, and I just thought that looked really cool. The trees are really blend into the actual build now because I added these like cool looking branches that are going around the structure. But yeah, anyways, should I keep blabbing? I don't know. Over here I'm doing the first like cave tunnel catacomb area. The person that commissioned this like specifically asked for like a catacomb spaces and stuff. So yeah, over here I'm using the terrain editor. Like I said, if you're gonna be doing something that takes forever, use the terrain editor because it helps you be more efficient. It still looks nice and it helps you get things done quicker. So yeah, there you go. I added the terrain editor to just like add the rocks around the cave. So that was pretty cool. And then I do it again with the other ones. I'm not doing it yet, but I did them. I'm not sure what else to say. I'm just going around places and fixing stuff out. Over here I do the second catacomb area. Yeah, the style of this is not supposed to be realistic. It's supposed to be, it doesn't really look that realistic. It's supposed to be semi-realistic. It's sort of low poly looking. The reference was weird. It's like low poly, but then also not low poly. So I try to make it work with the style. But yeah, you can see it's now really just coming together. Like everything looks pretty much done. And over here is like the stage where I would go into the lighting settings and just change everything up. But I haven't done it yet, but I'm just saying. When you're at the stage where you're completely done, I would go over the lighting settings. Because then you'd actually get a feel of the actual build. But that's another tip. Look at these branches that I'm doing. Like, it looks so cool. Like, I really wanted the branches to wrap around the ruin structure because the tree's close to it. Because then I would think it would flow really nicely. And it did. It made it look so much nicer. Having the branch stick out and go into the structures is really cool. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to pause the speed build and talk about something important that came up. And I'm gonna use my VTuber model. VTuber model, whatever. Apparently someone is impersonating me and scamming people. So like one day I went to my Discord server just to check it out. I go into the general chat and there's like people here bashing me saying that I'm a scammer. Like this guy saying, nice job scamming people. No bad words, but scamming is encouraged. And this other guy saying, teach me how to scam, please. How are you such a good scammer, bro? And I was like, what? How was I scamming? But then I remembered earlier that somebody else in my Discord server, a viewer, mentioned that there's an impersonator out there. So like this person, that boy eley, in this profile picture, this is not me. This Discord account is not me. For some reason, Discord, you can literally just make any username and put any profile picture impersonating anyone easily, which is so dumb. I don't know why Discord's like that. But yeah, this is an impersonator, and the viewer told me about it. So then, yeah, a few days later, these people are saying, you're a scammer. And I was like, okay, I'm connecting the dots. It's not me that's scamming. It's the impersonator that was scamming. And then they said there's evidence. I was like, what? What evidence? Send it to me and I can clear it up. So this guy showed me evidence of the video where the impersonator, this guy, is DMing another person, scamming them for a commission. And to be fair, this does look believable. If you look at this, if we just look at this, you'd probably think it's me. But no. Just by profile picture and the username should not be enough to verify like someone's the real person. So okay, then what did this person do in order to believe that the impersonator was actually me? So what happened was I did a little stupid. So apparently, in order to verify that the impersonator was actually me, what they did was the victim would comment on one of my videos, and then the comment would be hearted by me. But you're probably thinking, okay, how could the impersonator heart the comment though? Well, again, I did a little stupid. So basically, some random person just told me to heart this comment for them, please, because they're a big fan. They're the biggest fan. Heart me, I'm pure, I'm the builder too. Just heart it so people notices me, please. And hearting the comment was so dumb of me because it made the victim believe that the impersonator was actually me, but it wasn't me. To be fair, man, how can I ever think that hearting a comment could lead to something so bad like this? So that's my bad. So I should make it clear that my actual Discord account is this. It's my display name is eleyes, and then my tag or the username is always realdatboiele. So these two, you should see this name, or no, you should just look at this part really, the realdatboiele. This part, if you see that, that's the real me. Okay, now you know. Also, what you can do is just go to my Discord server. I have my Discord server linked in the description of all of my videos. So if you go to the Discord server, you'll see me, this account, this account as the owner, meaning that this is the real account, okay? So like, take this as like a how to not get scammed 101. If someone's impersonating someone and you actually don't know it, if they ask to verify themselves through like something like this, where they say like, okay, I'll heart your comment so you can know it's me. Think to yourself, could they fake it potentially in any way? Like for instance, with this one, the guy could fake it by DMing me to heart the comment for him. And that's what happened. So just know that, really think about how and what is a really good way to verify someone when somebody claims that they're someone else. All right, don't get scammed. Okay, going back to the speed build. I'm just gonna like leave a pause here and you guys can just watch the rest. I'll speak again when I'm nearly done. I think I'm nearly done here, just maybe. Again, doing this voiceover for speed builds is new, so please tell me in the comments if you like voiceovers or if you don't like voiceovers for speed builds. Yeah, tell me, and I'll figure out from there. But yeah, that's it. Enjoy this cool cinematic thing I did for the speed build.